there's also another piece of news where Reverend Song, who is the national president, he also gives guidelines for the 2024 and also reflects on 2023. So if you want to dip into that, you'd kind of catch up on the main providential developments and how things are going in the how things are going. Now, here's the readings. Today I'm going to talk about a little bit about prayer, really. It's a little bit different, but it's something on my mind because we've been starting 40 days, as Eli mentioned, and started last Sunday. And during this 40 days, I have it's a preparation for this year, and maybe you haven't caught up yet, everybody, I'm thinking, but it started last Sunday, but it goes on until True Parents' birthday. And it's also into the new year again, because in the new year, it doesn't start in the Orient until the lunar new year or the heavenly calendar new year. So therefore, we have plenty of time to catch up to the spiritually, to what's going on. And here's the readings for today. I'm actually basing this also on my readings of True Mother's memoirs, because we've decided to read the whole book again. And we started closer to the end because we were already there. So I'm going to start all over again. And the reason I'm doing that is because I want to unite with Mother's heart, to try to deepen my connection, because I've read True Mother's memoir a few times in the past, but I haven't really, many times you read something and it doesn't sink in, or something you might miss, or you wonder, did Mother say that? I compared Mother's memoir to Father's autobiography, and there's quite a difference in nuance and in spirituality between Mother and Father. Father's autobiography is much more clearly defined in chapters, and then the narrative is easy to follow. Maybe it's a man's way of thinking. But if you read Mother's memoirs, it's kind of like the vignettes or little stories, and she goes forward and goes backwards and goes forward again. So you can miss a lot because of the way she expresses herself, even through the written word. And she has this interesting way of conveying the message. Is she often puts in quotes, like she says, so-and-so said this, and so-and-so said this. So like as if she's remembering something, people said this or said that. She remembers what they actually said. I didn't find that much in Fathers, but I thought that's quite an imaginative way to capture people, and particularly because I'm trying to give this book out to some people. We went to a local church and we gave that autobiography to the pastor's wife, not the pastor. Anyway, and what we thought about is, give it as a gift, because I was thinking, how do we give out this book? Because I've tried it in the past and it worked to some level, but this time, because it was Christmas and it was start of the new year, I said, okay, just wrap it up as a gift and then give it to them as a gift, And now we have to go back to see if they read it. We're not so sure, but it's interesting that I felt this is a better way to do it. Give something as a gift, and people think it's something precious, and they want to maybe at least keep it. If they don't feel it's a gift, or they don't feel it's precious, maybe they think that's just another book. But anyway, that's just a little story on my own part. And the readings are from This is Mother's Word. In all of this, your heart is your closest teacher. In the face of difficulty or confusion, ask your heart. Your heavenly parent who loves you resides deeply in your heart. You are designed to hear God's true voice. We all need to hone our ability to hear the true voice of Heavenly Father and Heavenly Mother in our hearts. Your heart is your eternal guardian. Heartfelt prayer is the only passageway to God. Through such prayer, you will receive the grace of God and true parents, even in the most difficult and destitute place. The helping hand of that grace leads us on a free and happy path to the kingdom of heaven. That's from page 268. And then in a similar vein, from Father's autobiography, he has addressed this as well. The teacher with whom you have the closest relationship is our heart. Our heart is more precious to us than our closest friends, and even more precious than our parents. So as we live our lives, we need periodically to ask our hearts, am I living a good life now? Anyone who can hear his heart speaking to him. If he comes to the realization that his heart is his master, he polishes his heart and maintains a close relationship with his heart throughout his life. If a person hears the sound of his heart tearfully sobbing, then he needs to stop immediately, whatever he's doing. Anything that makes the heart suffer will ruin him. Anything that makes the heart sad will eventually make the person fall into sadness. For a person to polish his heart to the point that it becomes clear as crystal, he absolutely needs to spend time in direct communication with his heart, in an environment where he's away from the world and alone with his heart. It would be a time of intense loneliness, but the moment we come close to our hearts is a time of intense prayer and meditation. It's a time when we take ownership of our hearts. When we isolate ourselves from the noise around us and allow our thoughts to settle, we can see into the deepest parts of our hearts. It will take a lot of time and effort to go way down to where the heart is settled. It will not happen in a day. That's from Father's Peace, Love, and Global Citizen. Pages listed there, but there it is. But I felt that that's kind of a new expression to me about your heart is your essence, or getting close to your original essence of your heart. Now, in the past we would have felt, okay, what is your original mind, or what's your conscience, and people will equate conscience and original mind the same. What's the mind? The deepest part of us, so we need to pray quite a lot to get to that point. That's the whole point of the prayer and that. I have seen it and know about it, and then you hear people, they cry out, we've done it a few times here in the church center about like shout out, oh money, we praise because it's like a way to reach our heart, to discover our own deeper heart. It's not saying that you meet God if you are shouting loud, because shouting itself isn't the point. It's kind of more like you kind of reach a point where you feel you need to, in order to, and sometimes you get to that shouting, and it's not enough even. You need that sometimes. But I just wanted to refer to that because I think it's very important to experience connection to heavenly parents in this time. Because as Mother said, whenever you face confusion or you don't know what's going on or you need a deeper answer, then God can directly communicate with each in a much powerful way than in the past. It's almost like now we have the opinion of God over our lives, through our I have prayed, offered devotion, but it doesn't happen world, East Europe or Africa, and they had spring in their spiritual lives. we can resurrect ourselves and revive our spiritual lives, be reborn, and so forth. At the same time, we have all kinds of active things to do. You know, we have our life in the world. I was watching the local European peace news during the week, and our brother from Albania, he was giving a very nice picture to us about our responsibilities, our priorities of our relationships. And he was explaining that, you know, you have the three blessings. The first blessing is your own relationship with heavenly parents. It's your mind and body unity. Your second blessing is your relationship with your wife, and beyond that, it's within the family in that sense. So you want to work on those relationships, he said. And the third blessing is your life in the school or your work. It's how much you're investing in those things. That's the three blessings. That's so important. But he added the fourth point, which was providential necessities. We also need to be connected to the providence. We can't just say it's only the three blessings, because we're all at different stages, and we all are in a kind of situation where we're not, some of us have a different balance. You know, someone's very strong in something, but we're weak in some other area. But our work in this life is to get to balance those things in a right way, and to actually be able to contribute something through my family, through my Four Position Foundation, to the providence as well. So I know that each one here is very aware of these things, but sometimes I have a feeling when I talk to a lot of second gen that they don't think about the providence that much. It means they don't have a deeper relationship with True Mother. All of us trying to do that, but I think that's our common denominator, because Mother is investing so much, and we're all want to see the young people flourish and and wonderfully succeed in so many areas. And I know this is a very good point, because quite a lot of new leadership in the second generation. So we want to continue that and pray for each other in that area. So that's just my point about the prayer, because we're doing it 40 days, and the actual emphasis is on the same point. This is a time of prayer and devotion. I don't say that we just have to pray, because I said that sometimes to my wife, look, we can't just sit there praying, and but she says, well, if I'm not doing anything else, I might as well be praying, she says. So, but I hope that's not being condescending. But I do feel, though, it's very important to do both. But the activity comes out, important to do part. You feel a bit more desire to go out. Sometimes it's incredibly, you get a deep inspiration from a deep prayer that kind of propels you to do something. I should talk to somebody. I should visit somebody. So that's just my reflection at the moment, in a way. Not coming to any conclusion, really, because I know I have a lot to deal with and many things to solve in my life. And I'm praying for us all that this year will be a breakthrough year for 2024 for Ireland. We can make a breakthrough in some area. We should be excited, but we're not.
We're excited, John. Tell him.
Anyway, I'd like you to think of...
Speak for yourself. Huh? Speak for yourself. We're very excited.
Thank you very much. And so that's the what else can I say then? Anyone want to ask me a question that might probably challenge me on something? The prayer points that in the prayer are: we're praying for the safety of true parents and the true family, and two of the grandchildren were sent out as youth missionaries this year. They're out in some I don't know which country, but I saw a picture of them recently. So that's quite exciting to see them actually taking on a public mission for, I think, for 2 years. So that's one of the points we're meant to pray for them. And of course, the entrance into the Chonwon in the Chonwon Sanctum, which will be publicly opened in 2025. And I already mentioned other things. Of course, to overcome all the crises affecting our world and to realize a heavenly unified world. The thing is, that's something that's very much affecting Europe. You know, the situation in Russia and Ukraine. As Mother said directly, she said actually Ukraine has to win this war. But that was, she said, we have to. Valerie, that's very hard for you to take, is it?
It's not.
Yeah. But Ukraine anyway, she says, yeah, they have to be defeated. Russia has to be defeated, and I don't know how it's going, but North Korea is definitely supporting Russia actually at the moment. It sends some kinds of military and weapons to help Russia, and so we need to pray about all of those things, because in the end, it will affect the unification of Korea, how quick or how slow it's going to come. And the situation in the Middle East, of course, you know more than I do, but I've just been following it. It's incredibly sad about the situation in Gaza, and of course, the whole situation is incredibly. It's just a very sad situation, because war is never the answer, and it's only going to sow the seeds for future conflict and future escalation of these things. But I don't have to say more about that, but that's one of the things we're praying about as well. And finally, the end. When we type and say a prayer. Yeah.
The Heavenly Character, Heaven kind. Thank you for this day, and thank you for your here with us, and grateful that connected to Mother. I really every day wish that move closer to the True Mother heart, and become useful to Heavenly Parents and to parents. That all open, all empty myself that way. Even though I have so much fallen nature, you put it into the moment of time to walk through me. Heavenly Parents, please guide every day. We can focus on so many external things we have to do, everyday things, but we remind ourselves that who we are, and we are the one historical moment of the time. You need us, and change the world through my own change, my own become one owner for myself. And always we are in between two owners, and now become victorious. Two parents bring us to the totally become pure water, pure gold. Mother really wish that not just looking for the future, but now Mother wants us, all of us, to become true children of Heavenly Parents, to create a nation. I pray your guidance for this nation, Ireland, to become, we support each other, to bring the high spirit, and everyone to taste of the love of God, and every detail of the guidance in our own life. Heavenly Parents, thank you so much for your hard work. Thank you so much for your patience, and sorry for your incredible struggle and pain you go through. I pray your protection for true parents, true mothers, especially with the physical body, to make a new poet, and she's already nearly 81. She makes a lot of appearance and strong, spiritual, strong appearance, yet physically so much detailed, damaged. Every parent, please protect her health. I pray also protection for the children, especially grandchildren, children, children. They are out there in the front line. Protection, safety is must have. I really pray your guidance. All bless families, bless all families in the education movement. Please guide us to be feel one heart and one vibration, to become receive your tremendous blessing and grace, and we can share that you are a blessing to the other people. I know you can work through us if we are ready to open to you. Empty myself. I report in the name Tiger in the grace and our family. Amen.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your John. Appreciate that. Then yeah, we can move on to final song. I got no idea which song it is. Yeah, we'll just get it set up now in a sec. Thank you very much. Okay. That's okay. So thank you, everybody. Thank you to everybody who joined on Zoom as well. I guess we'll shuffle on to the announcements. I believe, do we have a membership meeting today at 1 o'clock? Yes. So anybody who wants to join the same Zoom link at 1 o'clock.
It's gonna be a little bit longer, an hour and a half,
Okay,
and it'll be a planning meeting, not just a regular.
got you. So it'll be a planning. It's not going to be just it's not English. It's not going to just be a regular membership meeting. It's going to be a planning meeting. It'll be a bit longer, an hour and a half. So those interested can either come here 1 o'clock or join at o'clock. And then does anybody else have any other announcements? So